A very blossoming morning to all of you present here. Before I kick start my actual topic, how many of you know what your net worth is? If you do, roll up your sleeves in pride. If not, hold it right here. The responses say you might not know what your net worth is. Moving on. How many of you save money? A show of hands, please. How many of you started with a piggy bank? Something like this. I started my journey with one of these. This humble piggy bank is a symbol of hope of future possibilities. Drop in a coin today, a little more tomorrow, and maybe, just maybe, would it grow into something meaningful in the future. I remember the thrill of jingling coins in my piggy bank, the satisfying clink of each coin, the meticulous Saturday ritual of counting my hard-earned allowance, savoring the anticipation of watching my savings grow. That piggy bank, in its humble simplicity, was the foundation of my journey, a journey that would transform me from a mere saver to a wealth architect. Growing up, I was fascinated by the idea of money growing on its own. It seemed like magic. And you know what? It kind of is. I grew up listening to stories, not of fairy godmothers, fairy princesses, or any magic beans, but of the real-life stories of my great-grandfather, Mr. Panisamy Chettiar. The real-life investments he made that exponentially grew over time. In his days, India was not one of the best places to start a business, but he was a producer, an entrepreneur of multiple ventures. Imagine the journey from producing films to entering a ghee industry. Fascinating, right? His words and stories resonated with me, and I'm here to share the same spark with you. Most of our parents would have asked us to save money while growing up. But what if instead they asked us to grow it? Imagine you were 15, your parents asked you to do it, and you did follow it. How different would your financial lives be today? We, teenagers, also have the potential to go beyond a piggy bank, to step into a world of portfolios, stocks, and compounding wealth. We, teenagers, are also often underestimated. Go ask your parents, or how many of you would be willing to give a teenager a credit card with a no limit? A show of hands? The most prominent answer in this hall is a no. But we are curious, eager, and creative, the perfect qualities for growing wealth. Think about it. We are masters in leveling up in our games, strategizing for victory. Why not apply the same mindset to our finances? Investing is at its core about ownership. Imagine this. Instead of buying the latest iPhone for the same price, you could buy a slice in the Apple company itself. That's way cool than just saving it in a piggy bank, isn't it? You become a part owner, a stakeholder in something much bigger. Compounding wealth is like money magic. Even small amounts can grow huge over time. It's like your money going to the gym, working out, getting stronger and stronger every day, while you are chilling. Trust me, it's not just mind-blowing, it's fascinating, intriguing, and it's the kind of a thing that gets you stand up and get noticed. Picture this. You're walking down the street. You come across a small plant. It's just a tiny sapling in someone's garden. A few years later, when you come back, that same sapling has transformed into a massive fruit-bearing tree. What happened? That's the power of growth. That sapling didn't just grow because someone added more water every day. It grew because it kept growing on its own, and over time it became bigger. Now imagine the same, but with money. Let's say you invest small amounts regularly, such as 500 rupees every month, in something like a mutual fund that offers you an annual average return of 12%. By the time you're 30, you could have over 2 lakhs without having to do much. Just imagine how much your money would have grown into by the time you're 50. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Similar to sowing a seed and stumbling on a huge forest later on. The most valuable asset for us teenagers isn't money, but time. You must be wondering, but I don't have a lot of money. What can I do? It's not about starting big. It's about starting now. Even 500 rupees a month is a powerful start. In India, the journey from a piggy bank to a diversified portfolio is a critical one, especially considering the country's rapid economic growth. The 2021 RBI survey shows more than half the Indian household savings are in physical forms, such as cash and gold. Although this shows a deeply rooted culture for saving, it highlights the opportunities for growing wealth by embracing investments. Nifty 50 in Jan 1st of 1999 was 890 rupees. Gold, 400. 2019, the same Nifty 50 grew as 10,700 rupees, whereas gold was 3,520 rupees. The growth, 12 times for Nifty 50, that is 1 lakh investment to 12 lakhs, and 1 crore to 12 crores. And for gold, it was 9 times. That is your 1 lakh to 9 lakhs, and 1 crore to 9 crores. The same in 2025 was 23,742 for Nifty 50 and 7,920 for gold. The growth rate is a staggering 27 times for Nifty 50. That is your 1 lakh has transformed into 27 lakhs. And gold, 20 times. That is 1 lakh to 20 lakhs. Take out a paper and make a list of the stuff you could buy with this extra 7 lakhs and 7 crores. You probably need more paper. Am I right? Moving on, historically as well, the stock market has offered you an annual average return of 12% compared to a savings account that barely keep pace with their inflation rates that hovers between 4 to 7%. The difference? Smart investors manage the risk and let compounding do the heavy lifting. You must be wondering, isn't the stock market too risky? Well, yes. Investing always comes with its own level of risk. But with the right knowledge and a long-term perspective, you can possibly overcome the risk and reap higher rewards. The Government of India also encourages investments through initiatives like the SIP, Systematic Investment Portfolio, where investors can start with money as small as 500 rupees per month. You still must be wondering, but why should I even compound wealth? Why? All of us would have those tiny checklists of dreams that we want to tick, like travel the world, want to buy a new car, a dream house. Compounding can help you achieve those dreams. And this principle doesn't just apply to your money, it applies to you. Consistent learning and practice also compound over time, making you a master of your craft. It's not just a suggestion, it's a responsibility, a call to action to start now, not tomorrow nor next year, but to right now. So invest in yourself, invest in your future, and let the magic of compounding do the rest. Thank you.